So what I have here is a 2001 Jeep Grand Cherokee with a 4.7 V8 overhead cam. I'm replacing the rocker fulcrums. They act the same as lifter, only they're referred to as a fulcrum with a roller rocker that rides directly on the cam. This side here, the passenger side, is probably the most difficult to get to. And if you're patient, you just start taking parts off. Battery box, this fuse panel unscrews, flips out of the way. This control panel, this computer comes off. The windshield washer fluid, or the radiator overflow tank comes off. All these unplug, swing out of the way. These lines, heater lines, here and here, they come out of brackets. They'll pull up out of the way. The AC dryer unbolts, and you can swing up far enough to where you can actually get to all the bolts for the valve cover and wiggle the valve cover out. I've already done this side, and it was probably the most time consuming. The back two bolts, you'll need a 10mm with a swivel on it. The rest of them, they have studs on them to hold brackets, so you'll need a deep well 10mm and a couple different lengths of extensions. So I'm working on the driver's side now, and a lot of been made on how you get these rockers out. You buy a special tool, you grind down a wrench and pry them out. That's a lot of extra work. So I'm going to show you an easy way to do it. You just use a good stout screwdriver. I'll see if I get my phone in here so you can see it. And I have this Craftsman, probably a 10-inch screwdriver, good size. The ends of this rocker arm have a little indentation, and it actually, you can put the end of your screwdriver on this, and you can compress a valve if you just get a little bump. See, rocker's off. So that is all there is to taking the rocker off. Then you just reach in there. The fulcrum is right here. I'm going to take a pair of pliers, slide it out. There's the old fulcrum. I'll take this in. There is the new fulcrum. These are hydraulic. One end of the rocker sits in an indentation on the end of this fulcrum. The roller rides a lobe of the cam. The other end sits over the top of the valve. So to put it back on, once again, not very difficult. Put the fulcrum in. Put the rocker over the end of the valve and partially over the end of the fulcrum. That's about as far as it'll go. Then get your screwdriver, put it in there. Whoops. It's kind of difficult with the camera being here. See if I can do it. I'm going to get something a little shorter. And then just, whoops, came off. Okay. And then just pry it back on. And that's it. It is on. I'll go to the next one. Not sure you can see this one. I'll see it. This is the next one. I got the small part of the lobe down. Popped it off. Move the rocker out of the way. They're just slippery, so I'm using pliers. Pull the fulcrum out. There it is. They all look the same. They're fairly inexpensive. They're $50, $60 per set of 16. You put the new one back in. Line up the rocker. This one will be easier to pop in because it's easier to get to. Get the end of the end of the rocker over the end of the fulcrum. Pry it, and it's on. That's it. Not real difficult. The back one's a little bit more difficult. You kind of got to squeeze and fit in there, but it can be done. Just take your time.